88 Films.
Or credit, take one.
DC just said I don't run
Don't
for
get him
real.
started because then he's
That's
gonna
crazy.
fucking be Usain Bolt.
Yeah, bro. Oh, we're
Be,
talking
uh,
about running. DC said I'm not running.
Rocket
for real.
Man.
Let's see what's up.
You gotta run back to backs.
You guys should just run right after this episode
I'm
for
down.
$100.
I'm not even lying.
Uh-huh.
You
I
got
can.
him?
Yeah, I got DC. I can outrun you.
Really?
For
In
sure.
these shoes?
No. But like if we go run,
Yeah, we could go right now after this.
Not at, nah, like if
Bro,
we get
we got the
up.
same shoes on. I got dunks.
crazy.
You got ones on.
With
I feel
jeans.
good. I feel
With
good.
jeans.
With jeans.
Briss, I don't know, bro.
I feel great.
I'll run with this
We'll
jacket
run.
on.
We'll run.
All right, we're gonna do it right after. We finish
Not after
filming
this.
All right,
We'll
we'll
figure
record
something
this.
out.
Rob, they'll be at least from block to block.
Cindy Run Club.
Bro, easy.
From
Hello.
block to block. All right,
What's
we're
up,
back.
guys?
Still crazy.
Store credit.
Stock Credit.
Another episode. So today we're gonna be talking about the end of most likely an era of boxes. The Nike SB Quick Strike Rainbow box, the colorful box.
Yes,
it's a
sir.
rainbow. It's coming to an end. They've teased the gray box,
White and gray.
white and gray. Looks kind of cool. So Nike SB, for those who don't know, every Quick Strike or they have eras, orange box. Well, the gray, what is it? The orange box, pink box.
Silver box was first.
Oh yeah, silver. Wasn't it orange?
Yeah.
No, it was
The-
orange, then silver, then pink.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have eras. So right now we're in the rainbow.
Yeah.
It's coming to an end. I think they have one more drop. If
The feather ones, the Native American ones.
yeah, if not that, maybe even born and raised, but I don't know. But I haven't seen a box for the born and raised yet. But it's supposedly coming to an end. And that was the reason I'm bringing this up is because, people like to say like, damn, SBs aren't the same as what they were, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked at it and I'm like, yo, like, I don't really like all of them. But if you really think about it, they did give us some gems, like through when they start 2020, like they did drop some gems. I think it started with the
P-Rod High.
P-Rod High with the wrestling. And then right away they hit us with the fucking
Strange Loves.
the Strange Love,
Yeah.
Travis's,
The Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead's. Like there's so
Trunky
many.
Donkeys.
The Cough.
Yeah, the
Cough
Strawberry
Drops.
Cough. There's a ton of good SBs in this era where I'm just like, yo, like
They went off.
they low key did really good because even to end it, they gave us the Sandy Bodeckers, the Neck Face, the Why So Sad, the Skate Like a Girls.
Yeah.
There's literally a shit ton of SBs where I'm just like, yo, like
They killed it this box.
It's a solid box.
All right. So what was your favorite though?
Honestly, I think my favorite might have been like that I haven't worn that I think is cool is the Sean Cliver. I thought that was cool.
That was a
I,
really
like
good one.
The Christmas one.
Yeah.
But obviously, like there's, I think.
You forgot one really big one. I don't know if you remember this one. The What the Paw.
I mean, the What the
Oh,
Paw is
okay.
good, but like
Okay.
I
don't
wore
know.
that one, but I
Okay.
feel like the Sean Cliver is like my dark horse because you don't really see it.
I feel that.
And I think I had so many What the Paws where I'm just like, all right, but What the Paw is an iconic shoe, and it will be an iconic shoe, I still believe,
Yeah.
down the line.
my sleeper, which I had a lot of them, so I don't know if that's considered a sleeper, but it didn't do well resale wise. It don't matter what the fuck it resells for, but was the Metacoms, the furry
Oh, yeah.
joints.
Oh yeah.
I remember Sosa was able to get me a bunch of pairs for a little over retail, and I was like, bro, these shits are gonna go up. This and that.
And they never went up.
Never went up. Now they're probably going for less than what I got them for.
Bro.
It's kind of funny, but I mean that's part of the sneaker game, bro. You win some, you lose some, but still love that shoe. And I would still wear that shoe if I find another one in my size. I don't have them right now.
You don't have any pairs?
Nah, not anymore, because I wore them and then I was like, man, I'll find them
Forget
again.
this shoe.
Yeah, I was like, I'll get them again. It's like
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those ones where it's like, I know it'll be like easily attainable. It's not like Union ones where I think like, oh, if I sell my size, it's gonna be hard for me to find my size again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we recycle so many shoes. It's funny when I was telling Rob like a month ago, I was like, it's crazy that you won't believe that I have no Nike SBs in my closet. And
Now you
then
do.
he was tripping. Well, now I do. Now I have a Supreme Dunk, the black cement, but it's just you cycle off them, you get them, you sell them, you get them back. I feel like there's so many, but yeah, it's like I think Jordans are a little harder to come back, surprisingly for us.
Yeah.
Like if I sell my fucking Union set, even fragments. Luckily, I have multiple pairs of those. But like, let's say if I were to sell one, you don't really see them, so they won't come back. Yeah. Like DC, for example, I've been wanting a trophy room. So yesterday he said he got a trophy room too. And I was just like, you don't really see trophy rooms like that. Like, obviously, you could buy them on StockX, but I really rely on, like, the customer bringing it to us, where I get it obviously at a better price.
Yeah. Even speaking of trophy room, remember when Manny lost the dice game for the trophy rooms?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they played 1-4-2 for him
Yeah.
and Matt for a heavy hitting shoe, and it was a trophy room.
And it was funny.
And I think Manny thought that he was gonna win, where he threw the last dice, and he was just like, "I got this." And
he was like, "You don't get these odds in Vegas." He
There's a
couldn't
video.
hit.
There's a
Yeah,
video
go
I
to
did on the
maybe
other-
Rob will link down below the video, the part. Put the video on where it starts at. But that was. I guess I didn't realize how much it was till I looked at the bottom of the shoe and I was like, "Yo, how are you gonna roll that?"
That was a high.
Yeah, and it was
peak.
it was funny because it wasn't funny. Sorry, man, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny, but because they tied, and then he was like, "We can re-roll, start the game all over again, or you can try to roll a higher
you could
number."
go for the win.
And then he was like, "All I need to do is not hit a 1 and a 2." And I'm good. I got better odds in Vegas. And while he was saying Vegas,
Shit was cooked.
hit a 1, bro. Oh, hey, you live and you learn. But yeah, that was a little story.
On the
But
trophy
hey,
rooms.
my favorite SB that dropped, not to be
Just say it, bro.
not
Like,
to
you're
be not to be hyped, but it was the Travieso Scott.
Travis Scott's. I remember the
Because that's just wearable for I would wear that.
yeah, I could see you wearing those.
Other ones like I'm not really a fan. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
You're like, yeah, we know you don't have it.
Grateful Days come out too.
yeah, Grateful Dead's his favorite
yeah,
SB. No,
facts.
but even the I still remember around to New York, we got a ton of Travis's. Don't say the source, but we got a ton of them early. And I remember at that time we had the dungeon downstairs, which was like a sweaty pit of like taking pictures that Luke created for us, and it was the worst because it was just like made our job harder. We had to run downstairs, take the picture, bring the shoes back up when it could have just been done in the back.
On the grass.
But I remember I told Dima like, nah, I'm gonna take this picture, blah, blah, blah. I think it was like 12 pairs.
Yeah.
Even Complex reposted it. And low key, it's funny because now I look back at that picture and I'm like, bro, that was a fucking terrible picture.
That
Like-
dungeon was rough. I
Yeah, it was like
remember that.
rough because it was like weirdly angled, but Complex thought it was cool that there were so many Travises at once. So
Yeah.
we posted early and literally they got ran through
Yeah.
like so fast.
How much you guys selling them at?
I don't remember, probably 1250, 1500 or something.
Yeah, because
Wasn't too
they
high.
weren't what they are now. Because right now they kind of stayed at like around 2K more or less for brand new pairs.
Damn.
Yeah, but there, I think, yeah, like let's go down the list of Nike SB for this past era.
Nah, but I mean, I think it's been good. I just remember, especially when the Chunky Dunkies came out and the Grateful Deads came out, that was when Bovid was going on.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
just remember it was so hard to get those shoes. And they're like, every time we got them in, they were just an expensive shoe. And it just became that like shoe that was so like, even though it's not, a lot of people don't really like them, the Grateful Deads, it was like a shoe that every time it came in, people were like, I don't care, I need it. I need to buy it. Because it was just so hard to
I
get.
think I'm the only person that doesn't like that shit.
Low key, a lot of people like it because
Oh, yeah, my bad. Just screw it back on, screw it back on.
one of the things, well, obviously, I probably pay attention more to like in-store sales and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Every time we get a pre-owned pair, they sell instantly.
Yeah.
Which
broke
is
this.
like, I feel that because, you know, I'm king of pre-owned, especially worn once type shit. Like, that's why I was hyped about those trophy rooms yesterday because
Yeah.
they're worn once. I could rock them, not have to undestock them and be like, fuck, the price is going to go down crazy.
Trophy rooms.
Yeah, but even speaking of the Chunky Dunkies, that's like a shoe a lot of people still look for.
Yeah.
And I got in a pair on Wednesday, and I remember I was talking to Manny. He was like, "Oh, how fast do you think he's gonna sell?" I'm like, "Bro, they're gonna sell by the end of the week."
How much did you put them for? And what size?
They were a size 9. I put them for 15. Paid 11.
And they were pre-owned?
No, they were brand new.
Oh, I was like, wait.
but they sold on Friday.
Sick.
Yeah.
For a trade or for straight cash?
No, it's trade. It was a homie low
But
key. He
still.
always trades up, but still, it's like
It's
he
like
was
good. It's better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of his grails. Like he was like, "Yo, I've been looking for the shoes for so long." And one thing about that shoe, a lot of there's more fakes low key on the market than there are real pairs.
Yeah.
So like, which I get, a lot of people they rather come buy or obviously trade because you don't got to come out of pocket cash.
Yeah.
With us, and they feel comfortable because they know like, thankfully we're pretty good at legit
Yeah.
checking shoes and everything. You know.
There's a lot of bangers here. Like,
Bro,
just looking
so
at it.
many.
All right, so start with the P-Rod Dunk High. Not a banger, but solid shoe.
Go.
Strange Loves.
Yep.
Travis Scott's.
Oh, Strange Loves. Wow.
Skunk Highs, the 420 pairs.
Got one in the
Chunky
case.
Dunky. Even Nigel dropped this new model. Grateful Dead set. Metacomps, Civilist, really good shoe. People fell in love with that shoe. It's funny. Somebody thought that was Manny with that video. The guy's just like, oh, you guys are the ones that did that Civilist video. The what is it? The private sneakers. Yeah. They came in here and they're like, oh, you guys are the. So we were like, oh, it might have been us because this is when we started.
Dirty,
this is when we started TikTok,
Yeah.
and we had actually done a video with the Civilist dunk.
Insert
So we
video.
thought I was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, and then I look at Complex and they posted, I think it was there private sneakers?
Yeah,
Private selection.
Private selection or something like that. They get all the shit early.
Yeah.
So I
Super.
remember they posted the video with the Civilist and I literally looked at Manny. I'm like, oh, they confused you for the guy from the wrong dude.
Yeah, he was blonde too. Man, he's not blonde.
So then the instant dunk, I didn't really like it, but a lot of people liked it. I just hated the 3M
3M
toe.
Creases like crazy.
Atlas dunks were cool. That was low key a reimagined before reimagineds.
Cool.
They're
No cap.
aged,
They're yellowed.
yellowed.
Yeah.
Atlas
Yeah.
dunk.
Damn, low
The
key.
inverted Celtics dunk.
Oh,
The
those are
pink one?
freaky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
'cause
cool.
Didn't they do a
the-
purple one too?
Nah, that was only one.
Oh,
This
never
is
mind.
one.
Never mind. Talking about something else.
Then they gave us those like elite. I don't know. These are weird. Not that cool. The Concepts Turdunkins. I remember New York people were fucking going crazy for those. Habibis, really good.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
Habibi's a movie.
Those are good.
Sean Clivers,
It's a good show.
Street Hawkers.
Let us know in the comments.
Like, what was your
Put,
favorite?
yeah, put
I'ma
put
keep
like your
going.
number 1, 2, 3, like that you liked of the from what 2020 to now.
Yeah, it was
2023.
2020 till now, essentially.
Damn, so now it's over. That box is no longer.
So yeah, they're going
Supposedly.
It's
into
no longer.
yeah. Then they gave us the carpet dunks. Those were
Those
really
were
good. I heard the
movie.
story how that collab came about, and it was kind of cool. So I was just like, oh shit. They just randomly were like, yo, you want to collab? And they were like, bet.
Whoa,
That's
that
it? That was the
easy?
story?
That's easy. I
I
thought
was
it was
expecting something crazy.
No, it was just funny because I asked, I don't know how true, but one of my homies in New York that knows them, he was just like, oh, he told me how he got the SB and that I think they were at a store and they were like, oh, you guys want to collab?
That's it.
And that was it.
Damn.
But it was honestly, that shoe is really good. The
When is Nike
carpets,
gonna come pull
I
up
don't
and
really
do
like
that?
Dunk Highs, but they'll probably never come here.
Here.
For a
Yo,
resale
y'all
store.
want to collab?
Wasted Youth, people were gassing up. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
my favorite.
The neck face one though.
Hawaii's, that was a 420 shoe. Sting Waters.
Hawaii.
I remember all my co-workers in round 2 were going crazy for those. I was just like, what the
Sting
fuck?
Waters are freaky.
Yeah.
Those got like
What the
Sephora
Paws,
Yeah.
goat shoe.
Shout out P-Rod.
brand. Easily.
The ones that DC's wearing, the Magnus Walkers, the Shot Wars. Shout out Shot War.
Shout out
he
these.
actually, part of that, he actually dropped his signature model in
Shout
the
out.
Quick Strike box too.
Oh.
The ones that has a backward switch, the brown one.
Yeah, those
Ishad
are cool.
War?
Yeah, Pro Skater.
Or is it Ishad Ware?
War, Wear. I don't know.
He's really
Yeah,
good,
he's-
bro. Super, super good.
Kebab and Destroys. I've never seen those in person, by the way.
Yeah, the kebabs.
Yeah, pretty cool shoe. I remember
'em in.
PG Knowles actually posted it.
Yeah, because you got the kebab thing.
Because he loves kebabs.
Shit's funny.
FTCs, those are really cool. They just get really dirty fast. A super underrated shoe, which was the Para. Paras were
Ooh,
underrated.
I still got a pair of those.
Quarter Snacks, again,
I like
Demo went
those.
crazy for those. I don't know why, because they look like Panda Dunks, but Zebras. But Quarter Snacks are really good.
I like the samples of those more.
I just didn't like... Oh, the white one?
The white ones,
I
those
heard
are
that those
good.
aren't real.
So
They
cool.
commented.
Yeah.
They commented when somebody said like I got them,
Uh-huh.
and they went on their thing.
Nike?
No, the Quarter Snacks guys,
Oh.
and they went and they're like, we never sampled this. This is not real.
Fizzy
So they just like
Damn.
fucking took
Sick.
that guy's validation.
They should have dropped those instead.
Yeah, but the Quarter Snacks. I wish they had a fat tongue.
Yeah.
What year are you in? Is it 7 the year?
It's still 21.
Yeah.
Damn.
The Gundams. Those were
were
cool.
cool.
It's just Dunk Highs aren't
Just
my-
dumb guys.
like they're not my favorite.
The special box was
Yeah.
crazy. The one we got downstairs.
Yeah, the big.
Strawberry Coughs. I remember people were selling them shits for 1,500.
EDD shit.
Yeah.
Oh, another sleeper. Mummy Dunks.
Nah, those sell good though.
No, but it's a sleeper that's in like you don't really see them. Like,
You don't,
Nah.
but a lot of people. I remember
They
even
love
when
them
we,
shits.
even here.
Also, it's
it was
freaky that
moving.
they put the mummy dunk on there because they come in a purple box.
Yeah, which is weird.
Boo.
And the purple box is like supposed to be the inline or whatever.
What
knows?
about? I don't know if it's on there. What about that 7-Eleven SB?
Nah,
Those
because
are
that never
real.
came
That's
out.
not. It's not.
Nah,
No, that's
never.
I just never like. There's like 10.
But is
pairs.
it purple or rainbow box?
I don't think those ever had a box.
What do you guys think about those?
I don't really like them.
Why?
They could keep those. They could keep those as samples.
The 7-Eleven.
I just don't like the colorway. It's too.
It's too
eh.
7-Eleven-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Passport Dunk lows.
Cool.
No highs. I mean, The Oskis, shout out Oski. Polaroids, KCDC, shout out KCDC Skate Shop. Nar Hunters, I don't really like those.
Nar
What else we got? Fro Skates, I don't like Dunk Highs. The Fost, all black with the gold. What else? There's the DC Crush sneaker is actually really good, and it only goes for like $250.
DC, what shoe did you crush?
Those are good.
Yeah.
That's a easy in and out. Those and those Skate Like a Girls.
The next one was the Skate Like a Girls, a really good colorway. Neck face. I really like the neck face. $225.
Crazy.
Same thing. Those three, every time we get them in, they're like in and out. We can't keep
those
them.
4. Why so sad? Those 2.
Oh, I forgot
They
about
ended
those.
it really well. The Crush,
Damn,
Skate Like a Girl, Neck Face, Why So Sad,
Huff Dunks, yeah.
Concepts, Orange Lobster, the eBay, the pawn shops. Not a big fan of those either. And they're supposed to do the Fly Streetwear dunks with the rope laces. I saw some guy wearing those. Actually,
They look kind of cool. Yeah.
But yeah,
Was the Girls Don't Cry one there?
that was
You know the red and it has the Girls Don't Cry on the
that
side?
was a pink box, right? Or
That was
Or purple box?
Yeah, that was what's it called?
that was a different box, right?
It was a
Ah,
different
okay,
box,
okay,
like
okay.
teal box or something. I forgot.
Yeah, but yeah, Girls Don't Cry. I don't really like those. They go for so much money either. But it was just like,
It's a
oh,
basic shoe.
yeah, it's all red and then all white.
Girls
I
Don't
think.
Cry.
It reminds me of those Pat and Lazo ones from back in the day with the red, with the little white heart on the back.
Oh,
and the
I
white
hated
swoosh.
those, bro. Same thing.
Yeah.
But they were gassed up because you wouldn't find them.
Cool.
But yeah, so let us know what were your, let's say top 5 because there was a lot. Top 5
Yeah, top
sneakers
5.
in the comments of the Quick Strike box era. Yeah, there's a lot of them. For me, I would say What the Paw,
1,
Cliver,
2.
Concept that I would wear like fully.
Valid.
The Concepts, Orange Lobster, the Trevor, and
Travieso.
there's a lot more, but I'm gonna go say Carpet Dunk.
It's fair.
That's like my top 5.
I'm gonna have to go with. Dang, that's hard.
That's
Trevor.
hard for you because you're super.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Trevors. Even.
Yes,
Dang.
sir.
What else? The Habibis got to be in there.
Facts.
I'll go with the ones I'm wearing just because besides the Ashar wear, they're also with Magnus Walker. It's like a 3-way collab, and he like tunes Porsches. That's why I like these a lot. What else? That's 3. I'm gonna have to go with like a sleeper one.
Metacom.
The Metacom because I was gassing it. I can't leave that out, bro. What's the last one though? Dang, that's really hard.
Come
'Cause
on,
there's
bro.
so many good ones.
Grateful Dead's, dog. You said that. That's the
Nah,
best
no,
shoe.
no, that was not me. That was thrown on me. It's a little different. But what's the last one?
The Force Agenda grade.
Yeah.
Also, actually, now that we're talking about it, because it is in that era, I'm surprised that they didn't throw the fucking Supreme Dunks on there. Because
Oh, yeah.
that
That's
was
purple
during,
box.
That was
but
the
it's
purple
purple box.
box, yeah. But
Yeah,
that's
but they
weird
threw the
that they put the
mummies.
mummy,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna throw the mummy in there, even though
Yeah.
it's a
It's
purple
a good
box
shoe.
technically, because I fuck with the mummy heavy. That was one of my favorites for sure from that
Yeah.
that era. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Also, I've seen a couple people comments about doing like a question poll for the podcast. You guys gotta just put it in the comments. We read them. I promise. We will answer them on here. So just put it on YouTube, Instagram, DM us,
YouTube.
whatever, and we will answer your questions gladly.
All right, what were your top 5?
My top 5 for sure is gonna be
Travis,
Dylon.
Travis.
Dylon,
my
Dylon, Dylon. Nah, I don't know, bro. Like I said, just Travieso Scott. Like I feel like that's the most.
Just
one,
5 pairs of those.
That's the one I would wear. Literally, I wouldn't. I'm not an SB guy, bro.
5 pairs, I got you.
Yeah, 5 pair, got it. But
pairs of those.
I think we should go to fit breakdowns now, since we're talking about shoes, what we got on.
Bueno.
I'll go first because I think we should end off on DC because DC got on something.
You
All
want
right, so I'll
DC?
go first. Start from the bottom.
All right. So he got the Trevors. You know, he loves Trevor. He got vintage Levi's
Orange tab.
orange tab that he flared out a little. He got the mohair sample. By the way, buy his little mohair hoodie or crew neck because it's not itchy. It's at all.
That's
A lot of
plus.
people, when they saw our beanie, they were like, oh, that shit's probably itchy as hell. There it ain't.
Nah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Mohair very soft. All right, Bris time. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. All right, we got what are those?
The potato Vans.
New school Vans.
It's like a 3D
Old school.
looking old school van. They look really good though.
Yeah. Oh, the tongue.
Oh, yeah.
Tongue.
Tongue in.
It's a good shoe.
Ooh, yeah,
Come here.
those are
Hey.
valid.
And then we got Supreme.
The big old baggy Supreme Johns with a very good wash.
Yes, sir.
He hasn't taken them off since he got them.
Then we got the Vetamine jacket, bomber. Yes, sir.
Cure Vintage Tee.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
And then the Not Itchy.
Yeah, the
Cindy
Not Itchy
beanie.
Mohair Cindy beanie. Still some available? Link in bio? Yeah, link in bio if you want to cop. And then DC, best for last. Start at the bottom.
Magnus Walker, Ishad War, Ishad Ware. Let us know how to say your last name. I always tell people, I'm like, yo, tell me your
I
last
say where.
Yeah, so I won't butcher it. Then he got the double RL Gallery pants.
Oof, I still need those.
He got a Rick Gimp hoodie. And then he has the Coachella 1213 Syndicate tee.
Oh, first look.
First look. That's one of them.
Exclusive.
We have 2. And then he has like 3.
Go. I do.
And then he got the good old museum. I've been seeing a lot of comments to re-drop the museum hats, but let me crush your dreams right now. We're not dropping it anytime soon.
Wow.
Maybe, but not anytime soon.
All right, bro. What about the tea?
What tee? Okay, so the tee, it's funny. So
It
like
just goes over
I
it.
saw the vintage tee. It's a remake.
Yeah.
I saw the vintage tee and I sent it to Andy. I'm like, yo, this is the perfect Coachella tee.
And this was what?
This was right after Coachella.
October or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
year.
May or something.
Yeah, so
of
I
last
told him,
year.
I'm like, and he's like, what do you want to change? And I was like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, just put our logos. I think it's like very like hippie,
Coachella
like
vibes.
very acid, psychedelic vibe.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what, we got to remake this tee because obviously everybody there is on a certain substance
Yeah.
at Coachella. So that one is like the freaky one, and then we have the other one that is like a bootleg like concert tee that we've teased a little, but not too much. But obviously, and I'm only gonna tease the front, and I'm gonna show you guys the front. And when you guys open it, you guys are in for a surprise in the back. So I'm gonna keep
Party in the back.
party in the back, business in the front.
Yeah. It's good.
But yeah, very excited about that. It's like 3 weeks away. It's gonna
24
creep up.
days to be exact.
It's right around the corner. Damn.
It's right around the corner. Who's going? Weekend 1, weekend 2? Let us know. I'm definitely hyped just to
Unwind.
unwind and break my very, 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 very long
Sobriety.
sobriety.
Salute to you. That's not an easy thing to do. I ain't gonna
GG.
lie.
I don't know. We were talking about it, and I was just like, man, I don't know. I gotta ease. Oh, I talked about this on the last pod. I gotta ease into it. What was it?
Needing to have a little sip here and there.
I don't know. Like I've been telling you, like I don't know, man. Like I was even talking to my girl. I'm like, bro, like I feel like I'm not missing out if I don't drink. Like I feel like I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I'm just so kind of focused in what I'm doing and like the vision and the grind that I'm kind of like, do I need to do that? Like, can I just like go and chill, have fun?
If you can't go to the bar and not drink, you should just stay home.
GG. Just sell my ticket.
Yeah. But I know I could do that. I've gone to many places all the time where I go and my friends are like
Sober
forcing
Sally?
alcohol and I'm just there like,
Not for me.
not from, no.
Nah.
I could do that. I could go out. I could go out and also know my limit. I'll be like, all right, cool. I'm going to drink 2, go home.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think that's going to be the key for me is just knowing the limit because it's going to be a while, bro, since I haven't done that. But even speaking on that, we're talking about doing more. I want to do a 5K, which is 3 miles. And then, Bris was like, y'all talking about running? Because Bris is like low key. From what I've seen and what DC's telling me and what everybody else is telling me is like, he's just a natural runner. So let us know if we should do Cindy Run Club. I feel like that'd be cool. Every Sunday, maybe we'll get people going. We'll meet up somewhere and we'll all go run. I feel like that'll be a good little thing to do for the community.
Yeah, I used to have the round 2 club with Luke.
Oh, yeah.
But then when I gave up on it, he gave up on it.
Yeah.
No, literally, it just stopped. But it was
Yeah.
cool. A lot of people were in on it. We even made tees where DC and him were running. Oh, yeah, it was cool. Thor designed the tee. Really cool. Shout out Thor. Really hope he could design something for us, but he's under contract. I asked him to remake an old little character that we made for another brand that I used to do work for. And I was like, yo, we got to remake it like he got a new job and he opened a shoe store. I literally gave him the whole idea. And I'm like, and then he was just like, I can't do it right now. But I was just like, yo, you never know. Hit me up, Thor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the run club might be a cool idea, or maybe we can just go out for a run.
Yeah. Or something, I was saying that, like, I've been kind of on it a lot, like looking up videos, this and that, and training and what to do, what not to do. And I'm kind of like, you know what? Let's get everybody involved. Let's get the boys involved. First, we'll start off with y'all. because from what I hear, you guys are good runners. So I kind of want to like it's kind of like a test on me because I'm kind of like I feel good running, but I think it's just a competition where I'm just like I need that extra push. You know, I feel like if I just go dolo, I'm like yeah. But if I see y'all out there, I'm kind of like all right, I really gotta push myself. If y'all are pushing it too.
Easy.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't ran in months, but I think I can still smoke you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know, I'm just kidding. I was trying to get you riled up.
It's one of those things where it's funny because you're like, oh, I do all my research, blah blah blah, and then I'm just gonna be like, they're like, and then
I know, but
Right.
like meaning like you know how to take care of your life, like all that because
yeah, there's a way to run, but honestly, like
Everyone's different.
What I always tell everybody has a different body. There's
Yeah.
like even me, the fucking doctor told me that 196 is too heavy for me, and everybody tells me you don't look 196, and I'm just like I'm 196 right now.
yeah.
But my knees can't take that type of weight. And he's just like, oh, your body's supposed to be at 180, 175, which
Yeah.
my body's always at 180, 175, but I wanted to gain muscle mass, but
Dumb.
I reached my goal, but then now I guess it's not healthy for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, running, anything you do, it's just like you got to do it to your own ability. Like
Yeah.
you got to find your own way of running. You got to find your own it's all about a rhythm, and your body you'll notice it when you're finally in rhythm. I feel like with anything you do in life, like your body will tell you, all right, cool, this is the way you're supposed to do it. Because there's times where like I'll run, but my body would be like, damn, like I ran weird today because my ankle will hurt a certain way. But then there's times where you just literally like listen to the right song and you're just the perfect stride and all that stuff. So I think everybody has their own. You just gotta get up and actually do it, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought you were gonna say the depression.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's like definitely like I've noticed like how you said you're like, oh, let's go get a medal, and I was just like, bro, I remember one time I literally just got up one day and I was like, all right, I'm gonna run fucking a marathon. I didn't complete it. I only ran 18 miles.
Still good, bro.
But I remember I just got home and it was just like
You just did it.
I just picked up some food, went home, and I ate and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
My legs were shot.
For how long? A lot of people say like they can't walk the next day or
I
something.
ran 5 miles the next day.
Ah, sick. What? The next day?
Bro, my stats. You want to see I'll show you my
Well,
Nike
we'll see.
running
Yeah,
stats.
but I know. But I think as
Crazy.
far as like that, it's just like I don't know. I guess it's just I've just noticed like I'm kind of like that with a lot of things. Like whether it's like the New Balances, I started getting Golden Goose getting a lot of, and now I'm like with the running, I'm like looking at everything. Like even when you were telling me about the vapor flies, how it's like 80 miles and that's it. And then I started looking like, oh, these are not meant for like a training, just like, oh, let me do 2 miles a mile every day. They're meant for like racings and marathons and all that. So that's why I'm kind of like, you know what? Why am I just gonna that thing where it's like, why am I just gonna keep doing like 3 miles on the tread? Like I should take it to the next level and just do something more with the body and not just
running
be like,
outside is a lot better than running a treadmill. Obviously, on
Yeah.
your knees, the treadmill might be a little better. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure. I'm not fucking sports science, but I think nothing beats running outside, especially with a nice view. Like
Yeah.
if you go somewhere with like a beach or like hills and stuff like that. I've never been on a hike and roast me in the comments.
Runyon?
I'm not a fan of like walking up things. If I'm gonna do this shit, I'm gonna run it. Like I'm gonna compete with myself and do that stuff. I just like, I see people posting like selfies and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I just personally don't get the. And again, it's just like everybody has their own thing, but I just personally would be the guy that's probably looking dumb running up this hill when everybody's walking up this hill.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
we'll take a little break. Enough of fitness.
Take 2.
Remy part 1.
Oh,
You,
you
bro.
just broke
That's
it, bro.
crazy.
Yeah, bro, you don't know your own strength.
Chile.
All right, we're back. So yesterday, one of my dreams came true.
What?
I met Hasbullah.
Oh.
Go.
Yeah, and it was bad funny. So like the whole day I was so excited. I had a shitty workout.
I thought you said it was just a regular day.
Well, I mean, I was excited, but it wasn't like again like people are like, I just do shit to do it.
But you were excited.
So it was funny. So I was actually like, everybody asked me, how'd you know his shoe size? So I looked at all his videos to find out his shoe size. It took me a bit because for some reason in
He
his
never shows
videos, he never shows the size. He just shows the shoe. So then I found one where I had to stop it and like zoom in, and I'm like 7C. So he's a 7C. Sorry if I ruined your secret, but he's a 7C. So then I started looking at all the videos of what shoes he has and doesn't have. So the last one is what I saw when the Nelk Boys and Joe Rogan pulled up on. Well, he pulled up on them in Vegas, and they had the room with like 25 shoes. And I looked at all of them, and he had Jordan 1s, Dunks, Jordan 4s, and then I was just like, oh shit, he doesn't have Reimagines. So I went to Stonewood Mall to look for.
I thought you had them here.
No. So I went to Stonewood Mall, and I went to go look for one, and at the first location, they didn't have his size, but I still bought one for my niece just so she could have. And then they were like, oh, you should check Foot Locker across the street, because they opened this like jumbo Foot Locker across the street. So I went across the street, and I was just like, yo, you guys have a 7C? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, all right, I'll take it. And it's mad funny because the dude that sold it to me commented, yo, I sold you that on my TikTok. So he's like, now I'm connected to Hasbulla too. So that was cool. But yeah, so I went, I saw the line. My time slot was 2. So I got there like at 1:15. And then at 1:30, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go stand in line because it doesn't look like it's moving too fast. So by the time I get to the door, like they'll be like, oh, you're valid to get in.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they were checking like that because I got to the front and it was funny. Like when I actually walked in, it was at the old juice store where they have like pop-ups and stuff. I'm right there on Mateo. And I literally saw him and I was just like, bro, he is tiny. Like he's smaller than that cutout. I think the cutout, like he might be the same size, but the cutout just like it looks like a little bigger. Like he looks a little stockier on the cutout. But in person, I was just like, bro, you're literally like 3'3", if that.
That's crazy.
But everybody in line was like, I don't know, everybody like, everybody wants to complain about something and they're like, oh, it's so fast. And I'm like, bro, this fool's 3'3". I was like, he's been all over the world lately. He's like on no sleep, probably just running around. Yeah. And he's enjoying his life, but I was just like, what can you ask for more? Just get your picture. And literally, that's what I did. I got to the front and I asked his team, and I was just like, yo, is it cool if I gift him something? Yeah. I was like, if it's not cool, then I'll just keep the shoes. No big deal. And they're like, oh no, that's fine. So I gave him the shoes. I just told him I'm a big fan. I love what he's doing. Took a picture with him. I got my pizza and I took off. I was like, all right, I'm done. I literally was in there for like 15 minutes, if that. Yeah.
No, that's dope because even the fact that he posted it yesterday right after, and that he like basically thanked you, like, and he was hyped on it because it's like, bro, like he genuinely like was hyped that you gave him the shoes.
No, yeah. So right away, everybody kept sending me his story, and again, I don't understand, so I send it to my friend that does understand, and I'm like, yo, can you translate this for me? And he was just like, thank you for the scarf, thank you for the shoes. I'm really appreciated. He's just like, I'm celebrated in America or something like that. Again, somebody could correct me wrong because Dima's Ukrainian, but he translated the best that he could. No. But he always does that. I remember when I first found out about Hasbulla, which was like 2020 during the pandemic. Yeah. I would send him all the videos and be like, yo, tell me what this fool's saying. And he would translate it, and it was hilarious because like I remember, so I actually learned about Hasbulla through Kobe.
Word?
Yeah, so Kobe was like a big fan, and then I was like, who the fuck is this little guy? He's like the cutest thing in the world. I say Hasbulla is like the male Hello Kitty. Like,
wow, that's like, a crazy comparison.
It's just like, how girls love Hello Kitty. Like I was like, yo, I love Hasbulla. Like that to me, that at least for me. Yeah.
Bold statement.
I mean, yeah, it's literally like to me, it just brings me like this like hope of like life. Like joy, life, like somebody that like he doesn't see him being the way he is as like a handicap or anything. He's just like, yo, I'm enjoying my life. And it's like him being like, fuck it, like, I'm working with what I got. I'm happy. I'm meeting cool people. Joe Rogan gave him a contract. Like, yeah, this shit is nuts. And to me, it's funny because there's like a lot of people that find a way to like hate on him and negativity. Like I even saw it in some of our comments, and I'm just like, bro, just keep it pushing. It's just like, it's not that big of a deal. I was like, if I like something, I'm not going to go do my research on somebody else and be like, okay, I'm going to hate on something that you like. It's just like everybody, I would say that's the beauty of like everybody, like me and DC will argue, but in reality, I don't fucking hate anything that he hates. It's just like, he's his own person. Andy's his own person. It's just like, that's the beauty of life. Everybody is unique in their own way. And I feel like, yeah, we bullshit a lot, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna fucking create a burner account and hate on DC, you know? Like,
Nah, 100%, because it's a thing where you could have healthy back and forth, and it's not like a thing that's like there's animosity behind it, because like that's like what Chris said. That's what makes us all unique. I like things the way I like it. He likes things the way he likes it. Andy likes the way like things he likes, and it's okay for us not to agree on everything all the time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's another thing. Like people just like adding on to like the hate comments is like, bro, people think just because you don't see things the way they see it that means that you hate them, and it's like, bro, it's not even the case. It's just I just see things my way, and that's fine. Like that's the beauty of life too, because that's what makes everything so different in all these different places that we're in. Like
yeah, like when my homie Bari, not Vilam Bari, the other Bari, when he came in and he was here, he picked up a certain shoe.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yo, why are these so cheap? And I literally right away turned around because they fucking suck.
Yeah.
And then he just looked at me like, yo, I like these.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was just like, yo, bro, like they're cheap for a reason, you know, like get them. But my honest opinion was like, I don't really like the shoe. But he was just like, and I was like, yeah, bro, like, you know, they're cheap right now. Get them, you know, if you like. And I told him, I was like, if you like them, just fucking buy them. He was just like, no, man, you're just saying that. It just made me not like the shoe anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, it's stuff like that where at the end of the day, I just like, I felt comfortable because that's like a good friend of mine telling him like, yo, that shoe fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like with DC, he tells me like, yo, the neck face sucks. And I'm like, yo, I really like the neck face. It's cool. I'm not going to wear it, but I just think the concept is cool. And I forget what shoe he likes from that era that I'm like, yo, that shoe fucking sucks.
Damn, what shoe are we talking about? Fuck, it's literally
It's like in the same ballpark,
Yeah.
like price-wise. And we always say that. I'm like, yo, this
the
one's
Huff Dunk.
Oh yeah, the Huff.
The Huff
yeah, the Huff. See, like I don't like the Huff Dunk because it doesn't have a fat tongue.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a Super Saiyan Panda to me. But yeah, it's just always disagreement. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, yo, like even like people like you're like the one that like it didn't get me tight because obviously I don't care. But it was just like, yo, why you like a midget? And I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, like bro, what are you talking about? Like it's something that brings you joy. It's kind of like to that person, I'm sure there's something that brings them joy that you could question, like, oh, why do you like that? But it's like, bro, everybody has the things that they're into, and that's okay. Like, just keep it pushing. Like, why you got to be negative? Because negativity doesn't help anything.
And it's so funny to me because it's like, obviously, Bris posted the video on TikTok of him giving him the shoes.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was like, for me, when I saw it, I'm like, damn, like, that's like a genuine moment right there of just like, of human beings, just like, you know, one another. And I'm like, bro, if you don't like that, I always think about this, like, bro, you can literally just scroll past it. Like the fact that someone has to be like, I'm going to take time out of my day to comment on this. I'm like, bro, like you're wasting time and energy from your day to do that. Like, so if anything, you're wasting your time just writing a comment, like just go past it. Like,
but honestly, like low key, I do like the negative comments. It's just like funny to me when they're super spiteful. You know, like there's ones that you could troll, but there's some that are just like super spiteful. Where I'm just like, yo, like,
yeah,
I feel like reaching out to you and be like, yo, is everything okay, buddy? Like, but troll comments are cool. That I mean, that's what made the round 2 Instagram so cool. It was just like, bro, people would be going to war there. And then Hype Beast comments. I remember I would log into Hype Beast just for their comment section sometimes where I would just be like, yo, this shit is hilarious. But then there's some that are just super crazy where I'm just like, yo.
Nah, even on TikTok, like, even on our page, like, bro, people be roasting us all the time. But it's like part of it. It's kind of like you take the good with the bad. And again, we don't take none of it to heart because we know, like, it's just jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
jokes.
It's nothing that it's like gonna ruin any of our days because we're probably another thing. We're never gonna meet these people in real life, most likely. And even if we do, it's like, you know, you kill people with kindness. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they're mad doesn't mean you have to be mad about it either.
Yeah. You guys don't respond to them as much, huh?
I don't care to. I like them.
Yeah,
but you don't respond?
Because like, what am I going to respond? All love, King. And then that guy's going to be like, oh, he's mad. But, you know, like, I don't really care to respond to comments. Like, I'll like them. Or if they ask like a genuine question, like even on my personal, like I'll be like somebody will be like, oh, where'd you get them? Or, you know, like stuff like that. I'll respond to those. But like troll ones, you know, just like them, keep it pushing. It's social media. Social media, like I said, it's just a resume to me now. It's not really like, I don't post half the things I do because at the end of the day, my life's very, very private.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I was actually talking to one of my homegirls this weekend. she was just like, damn, you don't post as much stuff anymore, just content for work. And I'm like, that's my life right now. You know, my life is my job, you know?
Yeah.
So I post everything that I can for Syndicate because I actually take Syndicate very, very serious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like I put, it's not even to me, it's not even like, hey, buy my shoots. It's like, yo, like you fuck with my vision. And like I read something about like an idea is always going to outlast the person. And that is very true because at the end of the day, Syndicate is just a troll and an idea for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, like there's always going to be a million Brises coming along. But it's going to be cool when in like 20 years to be able to look back at our YouTube series for like round 2 here and be like, damn, like some kid's going to be able to watch this in 20 years and be like, oh shit, like this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or, oh, let me troll on this. Like when I'm long gone, you know?
Yeah. And that's like the thing where I think it's so good that all this, like everything's kind of recorded and everything's on the record. Cause like so many people say like, bro, how much money would you give to see videos of Steve Jobs when he was starting out Apple? Like imagine you could just go back and be like Steve Jobs and then they were recording him while he was coding and doing everything. Like, bro, those would be over millions and millions of views on that YouTube. So the fact that like you never know what like this is gonna come into or anything, like seeing it be like, damn, I remember when they had this, damn, remember when they were here. Like you can go back and see like the progress and everything. Where sometimes I see stuff that people like tag us in or it'll pop up and I'm like, damn, like we look different or damn, like this wasn't there. And like just seeing everything, I feel like that's a beautiful thing. And even going back to like the comment thing, it's funny because like I like to respond to them just to see like, all right, let me see what's up. Like, and obviously it's a 50-50. It's either like somebody was like, yo, like everyone was asking my Fear of God pants. Yo, what pants? And then somebody was like, yo, those pants fucking suck. And then I was like, okay. And I literally commented back. I was like, all right, now what? And then they were like, hem them. And I'm like, bro, like, what's the point of that? And then sometimes I'll comment back and they'll be like, yo, you commented back. Yo, my bad. I just bought something. And I'm just like, what's the point of that? And like, some people obviously like, it's a 50-50 where sometimes they don't really mean it.
It's fun interaction.
And then it turns out to be like, yo, thanks for coming. And then I build a connection with them. You know, it's like showing them that like, bro, I see you even if you're not doing something like that's not necessarily positive. I always try to like comment back to anything, even if it's a bad, just because I'm like, bro, like I want to see the other side as well, you know? I know it's obviously you're like, bro, who cares? Like, don't even comment back. Like, doesn't make sense. But I always try to like see like, okay, what is that? Like, why? What's the point of this? You know? I guess I have like a little bit more time in the day to comment back to this stuff.
No, yeah. I mean, keep them coming. Roast me. You know, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I think people really enjoyed that. Obviously, I met him, which was cool because I don't post on my Instagram, and that shit got like 200 comments.
It's almost at like
crazy.
2,000 likes too.
Yeah, and
so good.
But yeah, I mean, that was I think that was like a cool moment for me just because I've been following this kid since like 2020 and just enjoying his videos. Like I still remember the one where he flips the sausage and then he like winks and sticks his tongue out, and I was like, bro, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You the business.
Yeah, the business, and I remember like hearing like him and Abdul Razik and just seeing like the whole fighting. I'm like, bro, this shit is hilarious. Like to me, like that's the content I enjoy. It's just like wholesome, nice content where I'm just like, oh, if anything brightens my heart is that. Other than that, nothing brightens my heart.
Damn, and you said you got an autograph, or you're gonna try to get framed here?
Yeah, I have 2 autographs. I actually have a $2 bill.
$2 bill. That's crazy.
So you had it on deck. You're like, yo.
Yeah, you had it.
It's my lucky $2 bill. So now it's even more lucky.
Sick.
He puts on a
Bro,
I have 2 of them. I have like this old 20. I have this Saudi money. I have all kinds of currency that my friends give me.
Yeah, sick.
That I carry with me that like I'll never get rid of. Not even an emergency. I have like a crazy $100 bill, crazy $20 bill.
Yeah.
No matter what, I could be in the streets, never getting rid of these.
Yeah.
They're going with me to the grave.
Damn, that's crazy. But I do think that's kind of funny though. Like
That
shout out
was cool.
Hasbullah, because someone was like, bro, it's like literally he's like. But I guess it's just like that thing. He's just so wholesome. He's
Let me
just
tell you
like
something. Anybody in this world, if you got paid to be yourself, you'd be fucking raking it into.
facts.
At the end of the day, like, if this kid is getting paid to
be himself.
literally like, yo, bro, like you're himself. Like, So literally, that's all it is. But yeah, another news. Back to
Anyways.
sneakerhead talk. Foot Locker is actually closing down 400
Oh, I
stores
saw that.
soon.
Bro, that is wild.
I don't know what that is about.
I think not that I know, but let's be honest.
Have an idea?
There's so much stuff that they like these brands, we won't say no names, but y'all know what it is. They force all these like giant companies to like, they force feed them, oh, okay, for you guys to get this type of product, y'all got to buy all this type of product.
Yeah.
And all the product that they're forcing you to buy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you could force the consumers to buy, especially in like the times that we're in right now where, I mean, we're going through a recession. People are being way more selective of what they're spending their money on. Like,
Facts.
granted, not everybody's on the internet and looking into what's like the coolest or the newest things. But for the most part, people are pretty in tune with it. And I feel like people aren't just wasting their money on whatever now, especially like a couple years back where people weren't as active on there to where now they're doing their research before they buy things and they're being way more selective. So they're just not buying whatever. And so these big companies that have all this product get stuck with it because if not everybody's buying it, what's going to happen? You're going to keep going in debt buying all this product that you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
So it's going to force you to have to cut down in some areas.
Yeah.
I never knew that obviously Foot Locker, you know, they're their own thing, but they have to buy these things from Nike.
So
like they have to buy random things
so
to get.
So if you want the Travis Scotts, you got to take all this bullshit.
Nah,
That's what it is. Like every account, every account,
like
has
Shoe
that.
Palace.
Yeah,
all
everybody.
that.
What do you think
Yeah.
they have all that shit on their walls?
Facts.
Even mom and pop stores, it's the same thing. They make you buy all this product, and that's why it's so hard for like newer retailers to like open
Survive.
up a business.
Yeah.
Because even when you open up a new business, if you try to get an account with these guys, they're gonna make you buy a bunch of wax stuff first, see if you could sell it, and then they may
Give you
give
the
you a
good
chance
stuff.
to buy the good stuff.
Wow, that's honestly like watches a little bit. I know. Even Manny would say, and I would even see stuff where it was like at certain like watch, not a boutique or like a whole whatever retail. I don't know. That they make you buy like all the BS ladies watches, you know, these watches that no one cares about in order to get the actual one. It's kind of like almost like that, no?
That's just like the sales associate essentially seeing how much bread you have. This is different because it's coming from it's coming from Nike, Adidas, like straight up, like. But yeah, I mean, it's like if you want, literally, it's like if you want a Travis Scott one, you're gonna have to take all the Jordan ones, but not even that. You're gonna take the teams. You're gonna, like, I went to the mall. I went to the mall yesterday and I seen Playoff 13 sitting. I seen like weird sevens I've never seen. They kind of look like para sevens.
Yeah.
But Pata sevens, but I've never even seen. I literally never seen it. But then I looked at it and I'm like, this shit kind of cool. It has Nike Air in the back, like.
Oh shit.
But I've never seen this colorway in my life, and nobody's tried to bring it in here either.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, yo, like all these retros are sitting, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And even like some places still had white cements for retail for grade schools, not men's sizes, but grade school sizes. And I was just like, and even the guy that sold me was like, oh, you don't want one of these? I'm like, bro, I'm good.
Well, which was what, like a grade school?
Well, grade school, like a size 4Y.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's kind of crazy that like Foot Locker like can do that, let go of so many people, and it just like kind of goes under the table. It's just like, oh, another corporation fucking people over.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Because I know you were talking about that earlier.
I just feel like sometimes shit gets magnified in our industry, especially resale.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just like, oh, these are the bad guys, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, not really, because we're actually putting money in people's pockets. But then, I always say like the day, like let's say I let you go and I just let you go because like it might be like I'll be like, oh, it's cost efficient, and then like let's say we don't let go, it's just an example. Like, let's say we don't end off on like right terms. You could literally just be like, yo, fuck Syndicate. They let me go for no reason, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, I told you, yo, like budgets, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But then you could make us out to be the bad guys. And then everybody on the internet is going to be like, oh, these guys are the bad guys, you know? But in reality, it's just like, it's like a mom and pop shop and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to make these harsh decisions, and our small little thing like that is going to get magnified than Foot Locker letting go of 400 stores and 400, like all the employees in all these stores.
Yeah, and imagine how many employees each store has, and how many like
Facts.
livelihoods that is, because like some people depend on that. That's their their only source of income. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of this whole situation where it's just like, yo, it's whack.
Yeah.
Because they're not doing it immediately. They did say it's by 2026, but it's still like they're not. I'm sure they're not giving people a heads up. Hey, you're gonna be the one to go, or you're gonna be the one to go.
No,
you
it
know
happens when like Nike has budget cuts, and then randomly my homies would be like, "Oh, they let me go," or like a bigger corporation be like, "Oh, they let me go," and I'll be like, "Shit," and he, like just like that, no, no, nothing, just like, "Oh shit, it just happened." But yeah, I mean, you know, it's like it's life. You get the good with the bad. Obviously, it's business. You don't take anything bad. Like even I saw. They were talking about like NBA trades, how like they don't really tell you. They just come up to you and be like, "Yep, you've been trading to Orlando."
Or not even that. They'll just see an email and they'll be like, "The hell?" No one will tell them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the obviously the once you get to the business side, it gets ugly.
Yeah.
Even like when Jimmy was here, he was talking about like skateboarding, how like he's just like when you take the fun out of this skateboarding and becomes more of a business, you kind of stopped enjoying it more, and that's why with here, I feel like I'm really happy with it because again, like this shit's like my life. Like the other day you made the comment while me and Manny were having a conversation, you were like, "Damn, y'all really into this," and I'm like, yeah, if not we wouldn't be here, you know. Like me, it's like I'm a student of the game, and like it's like I respect the ground that I walk on. I love this shit. Like sneakers to me is just like, yo, like I'm grateful enough to like you did the TikTok too, where you're like, yo, like when you make a career out of like doing that, to me, like that shit, I was just like, yo, like he's right, you know, like
I made that video a few times.
I was just like, yeah, I fucking, I made a career out of like knowing what people are gonna like and taste making, but I take pride where to me sneakers means like, there's eras, like you could literally point out a shoe. And I'll be like, damn, I remember what I was doing around this time. Like, the sick, like, even like 2001 Breads reminds me of the era where me and DC, any 10 and a half Bread or Royal from 2001 that was coming in, we were grabbing because it's like, it was the best shoe for me at that era. Nike SB, you could talk about it with any like crazy sneakerhead. They'll be like, yo, I remember what I was doing when Tiffany's came out, when Supreme Dunks came out. I think it just like, it's almost like a memory lane that opens up. And in here too, when people see certain things, they're like, oh shit, like I haven't seen these since then. Oh shit, I was doing this. Even when we had our opening party here, so many of my friends thanked me for inviting them because they saw friends that they hadn't seen in years. Yeah. So it brings that community back where I feel like the new age sneakerhead is just buying stuff because of hype and stuff like that, and they don't really understand the backstory. Like one of my homies hit me up when I did my review on these Vans, and then he was just like, how did you know they came out in 98? And I was just like, bro, it's just like, it's like how a fucking kid goes to school and studies certain things. Well, I study sneakers. Like I study clothes. I know eras. Like, so that's how I feel good about what I'm putting out here, where it's just like everything has a time. Like even with Syndicate Clothing, everything has like a little meaning to me where I'm just like, all right, this is like, I made this because of this. I made this because of this. Even yesterday, I was shopping for some stuff, and this guy asked me, he's just like, oh, I really like your hoodie. And then he's just like, and I was wearing the Princess Diana hoodie, and I just like, we kind of got into like a 30-minute conversation of why I made this hoodie and why he liked Princess Diana and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And if I wasn't wearing that hoodie, that conversation would have never happened. Yeah. Shoes too. It's just like if somebody sees you at the mall and they're like, damn, Travis is, you're going to be like, well, I work at Syndicate, blah, blah, blah. I do this, do that. It opens up a conversation that you would have never had. Yeah. Even with clothing. I think everything, it's like, it's
all communication.
It's you're expressing yourself without expressing yourself. Like people see like, all right, cool. Yeah. Like
and it's ways that like other people find a way to relate to you where they may not have thought like, oh, like I didn't know there were other people out there like us. Like that's one of the, I think, biggest things that I feel like when people come in here and they talk about the podcast, they always bring up, hey, like these conversations that you guys have on the pod, these are the same type of conversations I have with me and my homies. Like we didn't know that like there's other people out there like us that have these types of conversations. Yeah. And it's just like paying attention to that things, and even going back to what Chris was saying on how there's certain memories tied into certain shoes, or why we like certain things. Or even when customers bring stuff into the buy counter, like, and this stuff we haven't seen in a while, like, oh, I remember when this came out, and you give a little backstory, and they're like, what the fuck, like Because I don't know. I guess sometimes you go into some of these other stores and they bring stuff and they don't.
They
They
care,
just
bro.
they don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And the fact that like I feel like when we see certain things, we know some history to it, and like we have our times with them, and it sounds crazy, but they appreciate that too because it makes them feel like, oh shit, like this is going into the right hands because we're gonna make sure, or that it'll most likely go into somebody else that's gonna appreciate it because even though it's a material item,
Yeah.
there's some connection to it, you know?
Yeah. And like I'm saying, like it just goes back to that like communication. It's just how we all like, if you see yourself, you're communicating through the way you dress, your shoes, where you're like, this shoe is why I like it. You like Bris, obviously he's wearing a whole bunch of different stuff right now, but it's him communicating without even saying anything. Obviously myself with, these shoes, like there's a story behind it. And I think it was just funny because that one time, because like Manny was I just seen him so deep into it, like, yo, these was this. And I was like, damn, like, I was just crazy to me, like watching that, because I was just like, damn, like he's really like, it really like took him back. Like, no, I remember this and you remember. And then I was just like, damn, like, that's what I was just like, damn, y'all really like in it. Cause I guess sometimes like you're saying, you just wake up and you just do it. Yeah. But I guess I was like one of the times where I kind of saw it and I'm like, damn, like this is something like for real, like it's literally your entity in life of like this shoe thing. And I guess it's like the same thing with like me and clothes. But it's also like, you studied it so much, where even earlier how I was like, I'm doing the running thing, but it's like I'm really studying these shoes, like what's this shoe good for, what's that, and like what does this mean, what does that mean? And it's like I'm realizing now, like I'm literally studying this running shoe and what it means and how it's this and how it's that. So that's how like so other people, like I would have never known when you were just like, even with that, where you were like the other day, you're like, oh yeah, you can only do 80K in those shoes, and I was like, what? Like I never knew that until you said that. Like I know people were saying like preserve these shoes, but they never really said why. Yeah. They're like, oh, they're not, and you're like, no, 80K, but because you ran through the shoe, you did the work and you did like the test run for it. So even with that, bro, I think it's for even people to know it's not just hype shoes. You guys are just all around versatile on every single shoe. Where even DC was like, bro, I was running in Kobe's, like being crazy.
Yeah.
But I just think it was like that was just like a moment in time where I was just like, damn, y'all really about this life.
No, yeah, like I wake up and I look forward to like, I hope we get some cool shit, and I always have, like even around
Same.
2, like I remember I'd go into work and I'd be like, damn, I hope we get some cool shit today.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a cool experience, and even when the customer comes here, like that's like my priority. Like I want you to be like, to come, I don't want to say get schooled, but like you see something and educate them on why this is cool, or remind them of a time, or like
Yeah, I feel
there's so much more to it than selling shoes, and I think that separates the people that are capitalizing on something being cool or just genuinely being into it. But yeah, we'll take a little break, we'll get back to it.
Yeah, ours gay.
See you soon.
Yeah, Colombian coffee. Rob just said Mexican coffee don't hit.
Word.
No, it doesn't.
Popular.
No, it
What is it
doesn't.
called? What is it called? Hot take. There you go.
I
Hot
don't
take.
think it does either.
Speaking of hot take,
Are they hot?
Syndicate Lime Drop. Collab.
Protein candy.
My girl's gonna hate this. She hates
No,
when
I'm
I'm
just
like,
kidding. Protein candy.
Speaking and chewing.
sorry. But let me know how this went down. backstory?
So I mean, obviously he makes candies, and I was just like, oh, can we make a syndicate candy? And then he was just like, bro, easy. This is easy.
And then were you like watermelon or what?
No, he's like, I'm gonna give you guys the best flavor.
watermelon.
And I was just
He
like,
said that's his best seller.
yeah. So he was just like, I was like, all right, bet. And then it happened. It was quick and easy. There's
They're
not much.
delicious.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah.
I'm done with my serving. I had a bag and that was it.
They're
done.
available at his location, right? On his website
So they're
too?
gonna be available with him. I think he has them on a website, and then he's putting them out for retailers. So randomly you see them, send me a
much?
picture.
Sick.
$6.
$6? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I thought these were gonna be like 10. No
Yeah,
lie.
it's a pound of candy
That's good.
10 calories per serving?
per bite.
Per bite?
You'd be like,
I'm not gonna lie,
I'm not
man.
going no more.
Probably at like 200 calories
You
right
just
now.
run your workout.
That's all good. I think
Almost
I
there.
need it.
All right. So
serving.
speaking of collabs, let's get back to the shoes. Somebody that's been killing it with collabs, Social Status. They're coming out with Air Mac.
Yeah, the Air Mac, the Trevors.
With the big... Oh, wait. Never
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, it's an OG Nike. But yeah, Travis was seen wearing OG ones the last couple years.
And they've been gassed up ever since.
Facts. But they leaked 3 colorways: a white and black, a white and blue, and my personal fave, the white and green with gum sole. And I guess like the swooshes and like the back print hit is like a tearaway or something. I don't know. They look cool. They always do really good collabs. I think they did really good with the pennies. Those dunks were cool too. The like chocolate milks and the strawberries. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm always a sucker for like a good story, like a backstory to a collab where it's not just like, all right, we gave you guys a random colorway. Like, they're cool too, but if you have a good story, I feel like it just adds to the collab on top of obviously the product being good.
No, I feel like Social Status, Amanier have been doing really good with sneakers.
Yeah.
Even those Amanier 12s, I really fuck with them.
They're really nice.
They're really nice. I'll take a pair for the low.
Cool.
But no, yeah, the Air Max are cool. I got to see it in person, see how it looks. I'm big on like the aerial view
Facts.
more than the side view. So
Yeah.
if they look good on foot, I'll definitely wear a pair. But if they don't, I don't. I'm like very specific with how shoes like
Look on you.
look on like the aerial.
From the top.
If the aerial
Yeah.
view is off, I'm like, all right, I'm off. This shit could be the best shoe ever, and I'm just gonna be like, there's certain like 6s. I love 6s, but to me they look funky for me on the aerial view, so I tend not to wear them. Same thing with 5s. Like that's why I really appreciated the Off-White 5 because he fixed like the whole silhouette. I would say he like made it less chunky.
Yeah.
It looks better with shorts, jeans, sweats, anything. But at regular 5s, like I love black metallic 5s, but I just can't wear them. Like every time they come in, I always kind of want a pair, but then I'm just like, just doesn't look right. Even with dunks, certain dunks just fit shitty. Obviously, that's just the quality.
Yeah. No, I get that too. Even with that's why like certain Dunk SBs specifically, they got like extra padding around the collars that I don't like. Like that's kind of why I like these more too, because they're like what's it called? They're super thin on the top, so
Yeah.
they sit better with denim. And like I think that's a big thing too, how they sit with like certain pants.
Yeah.
Like they gotta look good. Like Chris said, the aerial view. That's a big thing.
What was the Yeezy that with the zipper on the side?
The 750?
You had those, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think about those from the top?
The aerial view was good.
All right, because I remember in the video where Ye was like, he's looking at them, he's like, now from the top they look good.
Yeah.
So that reminds me of that.
That's the big thing on shoes. Like you put them on and you're like, all right. Like Yeezy 350s, I wasn't a big fan. I had a couple pairs when they first came out, but the aerial view was disgusting.
Yeah.
Like I could almost see like my toes like moving around too much. Where I was So I started using them for the gym.
and even with like even saying like a backstory on the shoes, like I feel like that's obviously important because like even with Nigel when he's doing the new
Airship.
Bike Air, and even with that like he gave his mom the shoe, he gave PG and it's like obviously you can tell he's literally biker. There's bike marks on it like of him doing it, but I think on the other hand, it's like when Jown does a collab, it's just like. No backstory, but it's like the shoes go for a lot of bread, and I still kind of want them, but I do get you because even when I look at the Asics from the top, I'm like, bro, these look horrendous from the top, but from the side it looks good. So are you guys always like the top has to be good,
Yeah, that's why I didn't
or
like
even but what if the side is still good though?
That's why I didn't like the John Dasick because I looked at him at the top and I was just like, I wore them once, literally once, and I was just like, oh shit, this is not for me. But then there's like the John New Balances, the 991 that just came out. I
Yeah.
think that one was really good.
Executed well.
Even that Montreal, I really wanted. I offered my friend $1,000. He told me no, but
What?
I really,
Aren't they going for that much?
They go for like 13.
Wow.
But I told him, I'll give you 1,000. I'll pick it up from your house right now.
1,000.
But he didn't want to. But hopefully they drop again. But yeah, there's certain shoes. It's just at the end of the day, it's just wear what you like, and I think that's like my
Mantra.
opinion on a shoe. Where I'm like, all right, it looks cool. I'm gonna keep wearing it. It doesn't look cool. I'm not gonna wear it. Even like hooping shoes. Like I feel like I love Kobe 6s. Kobe 7s hurt. Kobe 5s feel good, but same thing. The aerial view on the Kobe 5s, and I'm playing ball, but I still I'm like, oh, shit looks ugly on my
They
foot.
look freaky and they like compress your feet. Like they're very snug.
Yeah.
Lucky Kobe 4s I think are the most comfortable.
I think it's also like, I mean, I don't know if you guys do this, but I always do it. Is every time I get the shoe, like even this, I always do like one of these. And if it doesn't look good from there, I'm kind of like, yo, this is kind of whack. Like, or because that's what I do. Like, if I'm like, yo, if it doesn't look good in the pic, I'm like, damn, like it doesn't do like the shoe justice if it doesn't look good from the pic.
I think I like the top view the most. But if they're comfortable and I like them no matter what, I'm still going to wear it. Like, for example, foams. I remember David, when I got Galaxy foams, finally, he was just like, you're crazy for wearing those.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why? And he's just like, it's just, they're cooked, you know, they're old. Like,
Yeah,
as in,
yeah.
like, they're not in style no more. And I was just like, I like them and they look nice.
Was this before or after CDGs?
This
No,
was
way
before
Yeah.
the CDGs. I just always wanted Galaxy foams, and I've never had them for like the toe. I had them for resale, but we finally got rid of ours, which is cool.
Still got the Supreme ones.
But yeah, then the CDG foams came out, and those were good too. I sold mine to DC.
Good shoe.
But yeah, I feel like the sneaker game, I always tell people it's in a good state right now, even
Yeah.
though people are like, yo, it just sucks. I think shoes are cheap.
Mm-hmm.
They're attainable. If you really try, like the Nike SB4 is going to drop to $350. That shoe is a really good shoe. It does increase that fast.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It's good quality. It has a good backstory. And they just look really nice on foot.
Yeah.
So that one, I feel like you guys should buy. White Cement 3s, everybody keeps complaining about the quality. And I get it, but, it's not going to be perfect. What do you expect from Nike in 2023?
Yeah.
But it's a good shoe. Like, you got to think about it. In the last, December's 4 months ago?
Low key
Essentially,
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low key.
They've given us a Lost and Found. They've given us a Chicago 2.
Yeesh.
And they've
Yep.
given us a White Cement 3.
Yep.
3 classic colorways that you used to see on the retro card, and you're like, damn, I wish they gave us these.
Yeah.
And then now we've got them, and we're finding a way to complain about about the shoes. The 2s are great. The 1s are great in my opinion, and the 3s are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can nitpick, but in reality, they're really good shoes.
Nah, it's literally what you just said. You hit it on the nail where we used to get the retro cards, which was a cool thing. Nike, Jordan, y'all should bring that back. It's like a nice little hit.
Yeah.
And you see all the classic shoes and you're like, damn, when are these going to come out? Damn, when are these going to come out? And even like with the Jordan 2, like it's such a great shoe. Shout out one of my homies. He gave me a pair for Christmas and I run them and it's like, bro, they're mad comfortable. It's a classic. And when they weren't available, people were like, yo, why ain't y'all bring these out? But then like now that they are,
They're going for under retail.
Everyone's complaining about it.
And the thing is, with the 2s, I used to hate all 2 retros
yeah.
because the toe was wrong.
Yeah.
And now on this one, they've slimmed it down. They made it almost like the Off-White 2, but it's a high. And even there's all those new 2s, like the Shelf Lives, those collabs, the 218s, I think they're called.
Yeah.
And then there's
the
this
Detroit
black.
ones.
There's this black with like a milk bottom.
Oh, yeah. They're like crepe looking sole ones.
Yeah, all those 2s are really nice, and they're
Yeah.
going for under retail. And the shape is good, and they look good with things. But if those shit said Off-White, should be out the door.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Wait, so the retro card?
So the retro
What-
card and shoes used to come with all retros, and it used to be like a certain image of Michael Jordan wearing that model that came with that shoe, and then in the back it used to give you one through wherever he was in like 18, 17,
Or
20s.
just anything?
It would
was
come
just
with
like-
retros.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's one of the older shoes downstairs that we
Yeah,
have
from
with the retro
There's a
card.
retro card in the
But
thing.
was was it like shoes that were gonna come out, or was it just
no,
like
no,
shoes?
no. It was all the classic colorways. So it was a Chicago, it was a Chicago 2, it was a White Cement. It was actually a Katrina 3 that they
Yeah.
actually dropped.
And the Raptor 7
The
was
Raptor
on
7.
it too.
So it was just classic colorways of Jordans in the back of the shoe. I can't believe you've never seen a retro card.
I've seen it because it goes around the border, right?
No.
We'll have Rob enter the picture.
Well, yeah,
we'll
well,
have. So
we'll
it
send
was
it to
it
him.
was literally like it was a two-way.
They're looking at
card.
the image right now.
Yeah, two-way card, and in the front it was like a picture of Michael Jordan wearing like, let's say, the Jordan 8s.
Okay.
And then in the back, it would have 1 through, let's just say, 18, and each little square had the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s,
All of
the
them.
5s.
Here you go, bro.
All of them. Look, bro, this is what it looks like. This
Hold
is
on,
the
my
back.
bad. Sorry,
So
I'm looking at it right now.
So that's the
Oh,
front,
okay,
and
yeah,
then
okay,
that's the
okay,
back.
okay. Okay, what would idea? Obviously, you guys talking about that. That's pretty cool. What would you do? What you think it'd be cool? Idea for Nike if they're watching this. If like they had that for a certain shoe, what if maybe it was 1 shoe, 2 shoes? Like let's say on the reimagined ones, they had the card, but on the back of the card it was all potential releases or releases that were gonna come out maybe in the following year of shoes? Wouldn't that be a little bit better? Because then you could be like, oh damn, this is actually gonna come out.
I think it was.
Or it's better if it's just like
a retro card, you know.
Yeah.
like.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
I feel like no, because then you're looking at it and you're like, damn, I wish these came out again. Damn, I wish these were.
No, it's cool too because it's like for the people that don't know, or maybe that might for like a newer person.
Me.
That might be their first pair of Jordans, and you get that retro card. It kind of gives you like a little backstory on other Jordans.
Yeah, because it
okay,
also
okay.
said like a little brief thing.
what it
Yeah,
was.
but the retro cards were cool and they were sick. But again, like
When did that stop? A couple years ago.
what was it? Facebox?
It had to be like black silver box.
Black Silver. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that is damn.
The LS ones were still getting them too.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they gave us 3 classic colorways that we were always complaining about. Like, oh, I wish these came back.
Yeah.
And then now we're just like, we don't like these. Blah blah blah. But then there's like people that obviously appreciate it. You know.
Yeah.
I think they're doing really good. And like I
With
was
the
even
reimagines?
just talking with Dima about shoes. I'm like, bro, I think sneakers aren't a great. Yeah, obviously they gave us some colorways that are really bad, but you do get the bangers, you know. And it's up to you. Like even this, where is it? Right here.
Oh, it's
The Celtic one.
That's a great show
People used to love the Celtic DMP.
from the
Yeah.
pack.
They loved it. I think this fit and this color on this is and the quality is
Way
way
better.
better than the Celtic DMP. But guess what? They're gonna say it, and people are gonna find a way to say that the Celtic one was better. But in my opinion,
That
this
was
is-
way better. It
this
doesn't
is
even have the
way
drum
better.
man.
It looks nicer. The green pops more.
Yeah. Facts.
It's probably not gonna sell out. I hope it sells out.
No, it's even like the three that we just got. That looks like it's literally like a Celtic 3.
Oh, the Lucky
yeah,
Greens.
I literally said it. If Michael Jordan played for the Celtics,
That would be
that's
the
what
shit.
we would be getting. This would be the black toe.
Yeah,
Facts. Yeah.
Literally,
yeah.
this would be the black toe
'Cause
if he
obviously
played for the
that's
Celtics. It just
Yeah.
depends where he went.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like sneakers are really good. Obviously, then there's like, but again, there's some people like even this one, and then the handcrafted. They're really good quality shoes. It's just the colorway's not that great, but they put really good quality into these sneakers. The
Yeah.
handcrafted, I remember I told Skate
The
joking
skates.
around. I was just like, yo, bro, like I
That's
literally
for sure.
when I saw that shoe, I thought of you, and he was just like, yeah, I have those. I love those. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I knew it because it had the olive, it had the burgundy, good quality.
Facts.
The 3M. I was like, that reminds me of a sneakerhead.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was made really well. Like it looked like somebody actually thought about that, like and took their time
Yeah.
with that shoe.
I think what's like kind of, I guess good, or I think what's kind of like, I don't know how to say it about this time and like sneakers is like you can kind of tell who was really about it and who was just about it to make money, because you can kind of see like who's still in it and who's not in it. And like I think it's funny where both you guys are still buying shoes, getting shoes that you want, and it's kind of like when they go left, you guys go right. And even when Bris said it at the beginning of the year, was like, I'm back on my sneakerhead shit. And right now everyone's like, oh my God, like shoes are down, shoes are bad. But you guys are like even more double downing on the sneakers. So it just like, it kind of just shows, obviously you can see the whole
But it's
market
not even
and
going in a
community.
different direction. I just feel like we just stick to ourselves.
Yeah,
Like, we literally like, all right. There's times where
Yeah.
I do phase out where I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna wear shoes for a bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the shoes are still in my closet.
Facts, yeah.
But yeah, again, there's like certain trends that like are cool. Like Solomon right now is doing really well.
Yeah.
And they keep dropping cool shit, and people might be like, oh, it's trendy, but Solomon's been around forever. It's just right now it's having its wave, And I think Brian's doing a really good job of like giving it to the right people, where people are like, oh shit, like what are those?
Yeah.
The collabs are right. The marketing is good. And even just Brian, he's a good dude, and I feel like Brian being so, I would say, attainable.
Yeah.
Like when I met him, I was just like, yo, this guy's a good dude. Like some of the Solomon models I don't really fuck with, but I'm aware of them because I'm supporting Brian,
Yeah.
Like if Brian's sending me shoes, I'm gonna be like, I fuck with Brian as a person, so I'm aware of the shoes that he's giving me.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
it's just I feel like Solomon found the right person for that job.
Yeah, because it's someone who's like on the ground. Because I mean, obviously, I follow him, and we met up with him, and he's just like there, like he's with you, and he's like engaging in a conversation. It doesn't seem so like forced of like, oh, I'm with you for this, I'm with you for that, and he's just like genuine about it. Like he'll do even if someone's wearing it, he'll always find a way to repost it. And there's or even me, like I'll send him stuff being like, yo, this person's wearing it. Like Bam Bam did a he's a UFC fighter. He did a shoey,
And those shit.
and it was Solomon, and he was doing it out of and I'm like, bro, what? Like, so obviously I sent it straight to him, and then UFC, but it's just like, you know, he's tapped in and he like looks at every post. He's like very, like you're saying, they picked a very good person to fill that role, because he's like, it's that thing where it's like he's on the ground, he's tapped in, and he's genuinely in it for the right reason. You know, he's not just like trying to find the best person to wear and that's it. He gives everyone a chance, you know?
No, yeah, like even when he invited us to the Solomon event,
Yeah.
I didn't go because of Solomon. I went because of Brian. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, you invited me. I'm gonna support you. And everybody that knows me, it's just like I hate going to events to like public things. But I was just like, it's Brian. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about like fucking with genuine people, I would say. And again, like I've been into sneakers my whole life essentially. So then now it's just like I'm not gonna switch up on sneakers, you know,
Facts.
because it's like sneakers are still cool. Like Jordan Brand could give me a lost and found every December. I'm gonna buy it.
Go.
Jordan Brand could give us a Bread 11. The dude that loves Bread 11s is gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like, but obviously that like milks it down. But in reality, I would like white cement 3s could come out every year. I'm gonna buy a white cement 3 every year.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like you just fuck with the shoes because of what it meant for you for that certain era.
Yeah.
It's not just a trendy thing. And obviously there is people that are gonna be like, oh my God, another one. But it's just like, you know, like just buy what you like.
It's just your love for it. And even like I can even go with like clothes and stuff. There's like, bro, every time I get a pair of jeans or hoodie or t-shirt, I'm like, this is the last one. And then I'm like, nah, but this one got a different rip, but this one got a different wash. Like I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done buying clothes like but then I go on a shout out to Kimbo Club. They have vintage, they drop every day. They do like 20, 25 pieces. And over the weekend I just bought a whole bunch of stuff because I was like, but I don't have a pair of cargo pants like this. I don't have a pair of jeans like that. And then even to this day, I always tell DC, I'm like, bro, I need those jeans. Bro, I need those jeans. And I'll probably get those, and then I'll be like, but I need this one. So it's always like that thing. It's just like, it's just the love for what you like. Whether it's around or not around, you're always going to have that, like, that passion for whatever it is, you know? So just stick to it.
Yeah, like yesterday I was having a car conversation.
Yeah.
And I was telling my friend, well, it's not even my friend. I was just like, he was just like, oh, like what you like your Tesla? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You know, it's A to B. There's not much to it. I kind of like the simpleness, kind of like, I like the boringness of the car. But then I was just like, yeah, but you know, like sometimes I miss like that. Like I don't drive crazy. I'm not a fucking lunatic or anything. But I was like, sometimes, you know, like, on the 710 freeway when you get off on Fremont, it's a straight shot. There's almost never no cops, but you know, I miss punching like my M2, my M3, even the Porsche.
Yeah.
I miss punching it to like 120, 130 for like
for
a quick like what 5-10 seconds, and then that's it. But you let that adrenaline rush, and obviously the Tesla, I feel like they go really fast, but you just don't hear the fucking exhaust,
the combustion engine.
I'm not the biggest car guy, but just like that little simpleness, you miss it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a feeling.
And yeah, it's a feeling. And again, it's like, you know what you like. Like I was talking to him. He was just like, what do you prefer, the M3 or the GT3? And I'm like, look, bro, for me, the M3 was a lot better.
Yeah.
The GT3 is a track car, but the M3, like on the street, like it was just perfect. The way that shit would take turns. Like it was just like a perfect car to me. Like it's not super expensive. It just drove really nice. And again, it's like the feel, it's like a shoe or it's like something. It's just like I felt right in that car. With the GT3, I was just like, in the track, it was amazing going 140, 150 miles per hour. But you can't do that legally anywhere. It's not the same. So I feel like you just know, like even with the clothes, with sneakers, with anything, you just know when you're into a certain thing and you just gotta like not switch up on it, I would say.
I think it's funny that I think a lot of people don't really know that you and DC are very much into cars as well. Like I even know DC, like he was like, oh, I've had this car, I've had that car. And like, no, I don't know if you want to say this, but like he's like, I crashed this car, like blah blah. Like, but it's I was like, and I remember.
Say it's
my bad, sorry. But you know, like,
Says it for me.
I don't know if you want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. But you know, like DC, like is really like knows his stuff and like about cars, and I feel like you've been almost in every single engine of Audi, Porsche, BMW, like. And I think that's something that a lot of
DC has like a big car history.
Yeah,
like as in
facts.
he's been in the craziest cars. I remember one time I was hanging
Yeah.
out with him and this was had me in a crazy what was it, the Huracan?
Yeah.
And I let it, but
I
again, it
remember
was
that.
just like, again, I got in this crazy ass car, like
Yeah.
obviously like nice stock, brand new car.
Yeah.
But I was just like, bro, this shit is so uncomfortable. Like,
Nah, and even
Hurt
circling back to that, like back to the GT3 versus the M. Not that we're comparing it. Like as much as we love cars, we're not car guys, so don't try to roast us or smoke
no,
us.
we're not.
don't
Like,
fake
I think we like aesthetically certain cars.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna, like, my homie Tony, bro, he'll break down a car, and Willie
yeah.
too. Like with Tony and Willie will go. I remember when I had the GT3, Tony still to this day tells me like, I'm so fucking mad at you that you never let me drive that car. And Tony tracks cars, like he does his shit.
And Tony has brought some great cars here. He brought a 1,000 horsepower Shelby GT500 that he let me drive. Shout out to him because he's the GOAT. But yeah, even just going back, like an M is just more practical for like LA lifestyle, and you can have your fun out of it. It doesn't have to be the craziest car, and it doesn't have to be like the most expensive either. Like there's other stuff that makes it so good, and that makes that one of the best cars. You know, shout out to BMW.
What's been your favorite car that you had?
Practicality, I would say, like it had to be the M3 over the M4 because I don't know, for some reason I liked it more. Like I felt the drive was better, even though it was like a 4-door as opposed to a 2-door.
Yeah,
I like that one more. That was a really good car. But my favorite car I've driven was probably like a R8. Like just as I've never felt more comfortable driving a supercar. Like I felt like I could trust that car.
the white one, right? That you had?
No, I didn't have the R8.
I
It
hit
was
an
just like
A7.
somebody just let me like use it for a while.
That wasn't the one that you had.
No, that was an Audi. That was like a regular ass Audi.
okay.
That wasn't no crazy shit.
Regular ass.
Yeah.
That shit was nice as fuck, bro.
Nah, but yeah, I get exactly what Chris is saying though.
Yeah.
Just like it's a feeling that where you could just relate it to even like how we feel about sneakers or how you feel about clothes and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a feeling that something gives you that it's like part of life, that is what you do in life for, to enjoy these feelings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we work our ass off, and yeah, we fucking are going hard every day, especially right now for Syndicate.
Yeah.
But we know there's more to it, and there's other things outside of the life besides
just work
that. Yeah,
and
just
all
work.
that,
You know,
yeah.
like you work hard as fuck, so you could, you know, enjoy the fruits of your labor. And whether we're doing it right now or we're doing it in the future, whatever, we know that there's goals to achieve, and we know that everything we're doing is for a purpose.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the work's not going to do itself. We have to put in the work. We have to put in the hours.
Yeah.
Whether people see it or not, like just social media, it kind of like gaslights it a bit now, but there's still so much that they don't see.
Yeah.
Like even like what Chris said earlier, like this past couple of days, especially, like I've been way more active on TikTok, and I'm treating it like another part of my job now, to where it's like, yo, I got to post at least 1 to a couple videos a day, because I know that's part of this world. And it's like, you got to be able to adapt, and you got to be able to get out your comfort zone and do things that you may not be used to, but it's part of life. You continue to grow, like at no matter what age. Like age don't mean shit now. Like you just got to keep fucking going. Like at any given age, like bro, people become millionaires in their 50s, 60s. Like bro, like so imagine like we're in our 20s, 30s. We got so much fucking ahead of us. Like
No, yeah. Like I feel like life is just about having a good rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like I got really mad at myself 2 weeks ago when I played ball, and I had like the worst game ever. But then I went to LA Fitness on Wednesday, and I was feeling it. Like I felt like my body didn't feel stiff. I was like leaping for layups, going for rebounds, and you know, I'm playing really good, passing, you know, running, and I'm very big on like just the rhythm and like and feeling good. Like I remember once I went to where was I? I went to Brazil. And just knowing, like, you know, I was there in fucking my dirty Vans, a white tee and shorts, and then I went into the beach, and I was just sitting there, and I literally was just like, bro, I could do this shit for the rest of my life. Yeah. And it's like, oh, a vacation, obviously anybody could do it, but no, it's just like the way I felt there. I felt free. I felt not judged. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was being myself, and I think that's why I really enjoyed New York, because yeah, my friends here know me, but I feel in New York I was very allowed to like be myself fully without being judged, like ever.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I really fuck with my friends out there, because they knew, they're like, oh, Bris likes being alone. Bris likes, don't push too much on him. Like they respected my boundaries.
Yeah.
And they knew what I was about. They knew that they're like, oh, if he wants to do this, he's gonna do this. I just feel like they really allowed me to express myself my own way, and they were like, oh shit, we fuck with him because that's just the way he is, and they never overstepped those boundaries really, where I was just like, where I would get ticked off. Like they knew, they're like, if I say no, it's no.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like they weren't like, oh come on, like blah blah blah. I was just like, nah, I'm good. Bye.
Facts.
If they saw me with certain people, they'd be like, oh, he's on his own time, like it's just like, and it was just in general the city. Like I remember people would like see me out at dinners or dates and stuff like that, and they would pass by, tap my shoulder, dap me up, not say, yo, who's that, blah blah blah. And even the next day they would see me and they wouldn't be like, oh, what were you doing last night or nothing. They literally did not give a fuck what you did out there. Like it was just like, it happened all the time. Even DC, when we were roommates, like it was just like we were in our own worlds, and like he would go out, I would go out, and we were just like, it was never like, oh, you did this, you did that. I mean, it was never really like that,
Exactly.
And I think what's even funny about that is like, I've kind of obviously being around you guys a lot. I've kind of realized like low key that's how you guys move too. Like obviously you like that people treat you like that, but it's also because you guys move like that too. Where like sometimes I'll like overthink something, like damn, maybe I shouldn't have said this to them, or maybe I should have said that. Shouldn't have said that in a conversation. But then I'm like, bro, these dudes really don't give a fuck about if I said that or not. Like, cause you guys are just in your own motion. Not saying obviously you guys don't freaking care about what I'm saying, but it's like you guys are not the type to be like, yeah, you guys will reflect, but you won't go back home and be like, what the fuck did Andy mean about that? And then come back and be like, yo, what'd you mean? Like, you guys, you just go through with life. You don't really like, you guys have your own lane, what you're doing, and you don't really like take things like, not in a weird way, but take things too seriously. You're just like, this is what I have to do every day, and that's what it is, So that's why even you saying that, I'm like, yeah, like, because that's how you are. And I even come to know that, where Bris will be like, yeah, I'm pulling up. Let me know what time you're going to be there. And then like me and DC will pull up to the spot, and then I'll be like, yeah, this fool's not coming tonight. But it was just like, but even that, like, it's just like, I've grown to just be like, yeah, that's how Bris is, like, and I don't take it to heart, or I don't take it as like, damn, this fool don't fuck with us, da da da. But I just like, I just know like, I guess it's just being around you guys. I've grown accustomed to that, where I'm just like, yeah, that's how it is. And I shouldn't take it to heart. Because stuff that I do, they don't, they're not being like, yo, bro, why'd you do that, You guys kind of let me and let people just like reign free and let people be human. You're not really putting people up on a pedestal of like, yo, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? And I feel like that's what separates you guys from a lot of people.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. No, yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, you're allowed to be yourself.
Yeah,
whatever you want to do with your own personal life, that's up to you. But in reality, like, it sounds really rude when I say like I don't give a fuck. But like, but it's just like, but I don't. Like I literally don't like
in the nicest way.
In the nicest way, like you're allowed to be who you want.
Yeah.
And my opinion is not gonna change about you.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally just gonna be like, all right, I fuck with you because I fuck with you. Like you could fucking do whatever the hell you want on your own time.
Yeah.
And even like a ton of my friends, like I always like, I can be over here a preacher of like, yo, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do this, don't do that. But it's just like, bro, I'm not your dad, I'm not your mom. Like, if I'm gonna do my influence, I guess I'm like, if you fuck with me, Rob, can you get that? I'm gonna just keep doing me.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, and I'm like, just I think that's what I like about you guys is just like, I don't know. I guess I never feel judged by you guys in a way. Because always, like, I think just going through life, I've always been around people that it's like, they'll be like, yo, why'd you say that? Why'd you do that? And I've always, like, been on, like, pins and needles. And I feel like with you guys, I never feel that, like, tense of, like, damn, I can't say this around them, da da da. Because, like, yeah, we'll joke around, but it's, like, just a joke around. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like you should just do what you want.
Yeah.
If you like something, do it.
Yeah.
And chase your dreams and don't be scared to fail. And that's it.
And on that note,
We out.
we out.